Welcome to my channel. If you are viewing for the first time, please do well to subscribe to the channel. Today, I'll be talking about cannibalism in snail farming. Cannibalism is a process whereby a bigger snail feed on the smaller snail. You can see in snail farming, it usually happens the process whereby a bigger snail will crack the shell of the smaller snails. In the process of feeding, you see the bigger snail feed more than the smaller snails also. Cannibalism occurs in livestock farming. Generally, it occurs in livestock farming, not only snail farming. That's why it is important we sort our snails in a pen. It is important to do sorting regularly. You sort for the snails, you sort for the bigger snails, and you sort for the smaller snails. Cannibalism is one factor which results to mortality in our snail farm. It causes a lot of loss. It causes epileptic growth. It causes so many factors which can result to the dwindling, which can result to the poor growth of our farm. So it is important to sort our snails before stocking them in a pen. Sorting is very important. It's very necessary we sort our snails before stocking them in a pen. When you stock a bigger snail and a smaller snail in one particular pen, this can affect the growth of the snails, because a bigger snail will definitely feed more than the smaller snail. When it comes to competition, and you see the bigger snail will grow much more than the smaller snail, and that can also affect the growth of the snails. That's why sorting is very important in snail farming. Cannibalism need to be avoided in snail farming because it is resulting to mortality in our snail farm. It's resulting to the death of a smaller snails in a pen. So it is important, like I said earlier, before stocking your pen, you sort for the sizes of the snails. A bigger snails of a particular size should be stocked in a pen, while a smaller snail of a particular size should also be stocked in a particular pen. Cannibalism needs to be avoided in snail farming. Cannibalism needs to be avoided. You can see it causes the cracking of the snail shell. As you can see, you see how the bigger mother snail crack the shell of the smaller snail. You see it will crack when it cracks the shell in the process, it will result to mortality. The snail shell contain calcium. The snail shell contain what? Calcium. You see most times the bigger snail try to gain calcium from the smaller snail, and in that process it crack the shell of the smaller snail. When it wound the apex tail of the smaller snail, that can gradually it begin to feed on that apex, and gradually it can result to death. And if this goes on regularly, it can result to high rate of mortality in our snail farm. So as a farmer, you should also check on your snails, how they feed. You check on their growth size, how they are growing. Probably when you stock snails of different sizes together in one pen, you see how they are faring. You check how they feed at night. You check them at night, and it's often important we check on our snails to see how they are faring. When you see a particular snails are growing bigger than the other, it is important in that process you also do sorting. You do sorting to keep snails of a particular sizes in one pen, and you keep snails of other sizes in one pen. A point of lay snails should be kept in a separate pen from a grass snail, and a grass snail should be kept in a separate pen from a juvenile snail. Likewise, an ashling which is a young baby growing snails should be kept separately from a grass snail, should also be kept separately from a point of lay snails, and also should be kept separately from a jumbo size snails. So cannibalism is very very important in our snail farming. Cannibalism should be avoided in our snail farming. It's important to do sorting. When we carry out our sorting, we do this to keep the snails of a particular size in one pen, and in this process we ensure the snails are feeding well. In this process we ensure proper feeding of the snails. It will avoid less competition, and it will ensure proper growth and development of our snails. So cannibalism should be avoided. The process of keeping snails of different sizes in a particular pen should be avoided. When we do this, we ensure a proper improvement of our farming. When we do this, we avoid mortality in our snail farm. So cannibalism should be avoided in our snail farming. So thank you for viewing. If you are viewing for the first time, please do well to subscribe to the channel. If you have any observation, any comment, you can drop a message from the comment section. We'll be glad to interact with you, to teach you, to enlighten you much more about snail farming, and we'll be glad to communicate with you. Thank you.